Hey folks, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at the 2014 LEGO City passenger train. This is called officially High Speed Passenger Train, and it comes with 610 pieces in the set. Here's a look at the forward cab unit just by itself. This is a remote controlled train, so it has the standard modern power functions bits in it. So this is actually electrified back here, this motor. It's got the battery box here. It's got the infrared receiver right here. So this section here, this car is not going to be able to hold any passengers, but it is able to hold just the driver figure up in the front cab. Really aerodynamic setup here, and compared to the last city passenger train, this one goes back to what they had done quite a bit before with a single piece mold for this entire front section. This is all the white is all one piece of plastic. Got a sticker there, and then you have a single piece windscreen insert, which gives you the little headlight kind of detail, the front windscreen, and then the side windows there also. Some people really hate that because it's not brick built, but for the age range of this set and also just what it gives you in terms of that profile and that really aerodynamic look, I really think that they made the right decision there. It looks really good. You can't make something that's that smooth with Lego with that exact shape just using bricks and such. So I personally am pretty happy with that. But what I'm not happy with is the fact that they didn't even try to put in doors. So how are the passengers supposed to get in and out of this thing? I mean, I'm fine with there not being any functioning doors, but at least make it look like they would be there. Up on the top, they have once again used this kind of questionable technique, and it works very nicely, but I don't think that it really fits into Lego's whole legality, their whole design of trying to keep anything from ever having pressure on it and using things properly, because this actually bends right here. The power button right there actually bends the piece. You can see it kind of pulls up on one side to turn it on. So I've got batteries in there now. You can see the green light is indicating that it's on. It's very slick. It looks very good. It works pretty well, but it's very odd to me that they would do that when they generally just don't allow any pieces to be bent unless it's like a flexible piece to begin with. And you've got your IR receiver is pretty well hidden in there, little simulated pantograph. Let me open this up so you can see what's inside. This piece right here just has an inverted round tile underneath of there, which is going to be pushing on the button on top of the power button. You can see it actually just hinges right here. This back, these two little spots here go right on top of that receptacle right there, which is a power wire, and ultimately the red bit is just pushing on this little green button right here. I did build this a little bit differently than they ask. I didn't really build it, but I guess I arranged it so that the wires actually go down in there, so you actually get a little bit of light coming through the windows. Otherwise, you can see most of the light is just blocked from the sides. And there's your infrared controller with its two outputs, only one of which is used because it's just a single channel thing. Go forward or stop or go in reverse at different speeds. The middle car is a lot more plain, pretty symmetrical overall, just uses a few stickers. This one sticker indicates that you can bring bikes on there, and they actually do give you space inside to place a bike or two inside of this thing. That's good. It actually does come with one minifig bike. And let's open this up. This entire roof section is pretty much one assembly, so this comes off pretty easily to allow you to get in there and access the passenger compartment. You can see you've got some holes, interestingly, in the floor. That's kind of uncalled for. I wish that wasn't like that, but plenty of space along the side to put bikes. You can put one here, put one over here closer to this table. Just doubled up little seating. You can also squeeze some back towards the back. So some extra space, but not particularly pretty in there. And again, no kind of indication of where passengers would get in or out, even though there are no electronics to get in the way. The rear cab looks just like the front one from the outside. If you don't look carefully, you probably wouldn't notice just what the difference is. But the main thing here is that you can actually see through all the windows because there are no electronics in there. And then when we open this up, you can see lots of space, and again, space for minifigures to sit at little tables. And you kind of have the same amount of room to put bikes in here if you want to. just a little bit less space up towards the front. This little assembly doubles as an almost comically small passenger loading platform there, with a couple of seats that are just right there on the ground. I always like these stickers that they place on these panels to give you an indication of the system map. And then you also have a crossing here. Now that's a really good thing because the crossing sets have always been very popular and the old ones are super expensive. So it's nice they gave you some space here for passengers to get across. It's also wide enough for any kind of standard Lego City vehicle, including large trucks, to get across. Only one lane wide though. They also give you some signals here, so that's really good for safety. For minifigs, they give us one railway system employee and then 2 regular passengers, 1 female, 1 male. Most of these components here have been seen in plenty of other minifigures except for this torso, which I personally think I only have 1 of. There's a look at them from the back, and none of them have second faces on the heads. And that is a bicycle, and a bicycle is nothing but a bicycle. Moving on. The track they include with this set is just enough to create a loop that's a little over 2 feet by 3 feet. Unfortunately, it's so small that you cannot fit the platform on the outside because the train will hit the thing as it's going around the corner. So you need either more straightaway or just to put the platform on the inside of the loop. The Power Functions remote control unit allows you to go at 7 different speeds by using one of these dials. You use 1 dial per train, so you can have 2 trains being controlled at the same time. You also get 4 different channels, which will allow you to multiply that out and ultimately control 8 different things from a single controller. The very first time I powered this thing up and started going around my layout, everything was good at slow speed, but then when I reached a medium speed, it derailed. That unveiled a really serious problem with the design. The inboard truck, or pair of axles, on the unpowered rear cab section gets stuck. It doesn't want to rotate when you go into a turn most of the time. The problem is the orange 1x3 tiles on the top. They're just the right size to try to fit into this square hole that's intended to be for an extra set of wires to come through if you're going to be powering this unit. This is a newbie mistake. I encountered this issue my very first time I tried to make an RC Lego train. The solution is exceptionally simple. Replace those 2 1x3 rectangular tiles with a single round 2x2. This removes the square edges so nothing is going to get caught, and this goes around turns perfectly fine. In this footage, the train is moving at speed 5 out of 7. This is not top speed. But I don't recommend that you go top speed through turns because it is still possible to fall over. Summing things up, I think this is a pretty nice looking train. It definitely goes together easily, but it has a lot more flaws than I expect from a Lego set. Not being able to put the passenger platform on the outside of the loop. Not being able to go through turns at speed without modifying the thing with your own piece. Big holes in the floors in the passenger cars. And no doors. If you really like the look of this thing and you want it, go ahead and get it. Just make that one small modification that I recommended. But personally, I really feel like Lego could have done and should have done much better. Those are just my thoughts though. Feel free to share your own thoughts in the comments section. I definitely welcome feedback, including feedback that does not agree with my own opinion. Please hit thumbs down on the video if you didn't like the video, or thumbs up if you did like it. I'm gonna go build some more stuff. Hopefully they'll turn out a little bit better than this one, and I'll bring you more videos very soon. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you then.